Yeah, okay. Hey everyone, welcome to another new video, and today we're going to be looking at Conqueror and sort of AD hybrid cat. Now this is a sort of weird build that's been popping up a bit in higher elo. It's still pretty obscure. I'm not sure how this is going to pan out, especially with the hotfix Conqueror nerfs, but it's definitely something interesting and worth looking at. The build is obviously Conqueror. This will give some adaptive force and true damage and healing. This is all very good stuff. And the rest of your runes is going to be pretty self-explanatory. The normal Triumph and coup de grace that you would take if it was your secondary. And there's no real keystone cat wants it, so you might as well go tenacity. And domination is pretty obvious choices. Sudden impact, Ravenous Hunter. Now, first I'm just going to show off the different combo damages. This build scales better, but is a little bit weaker in lane unless you get really lucky with your opponents. Right, first of all, a very quick comparison on items. First up, we're going to show off the normal build, well, our common build. This is Morello's and Hextech Gunblade as your first comparison. This gives you plus 479 and plus 132 overall on your ult, and plus 40, plus 118 on your passive. Next, we're going to compare Death Stance, which is a lot better. You've got plus 228, but plus 432, and plus 131 and plus 56. You have a little less magic pen, but people often buy like a hex drinker and stuff versus cat anyway, so it's not worth looking too much into. And this is because cat has extremely high AD ratios on lots of her abilities. The only place you're missing them is on like your straight up Q poke, but the Q has a pretty small AP ratio in the first place. And some other items we can compare with, we can have a look at Hourglass, which is a lot less damage. Look at this again, just to show you one more time how much less damage that is compared to having Death Stance. There you go, it's just straight up more damage on your item. The passives are better and the items turn out to be better. The only point at which this turns out to be worse is because you don't have, when you're at full build, 606 versus 508. You lose some of the multiplicative scaling on Death Cap, but overall this build is still stronger at pretty much all points in the game just because Death Stance passive is so strong. You're still going to sometimes need Morello's, but I would get that as a third item if you need the Grievous Wound super badly. Okay, we're going to do two comparisons. This is going to be first the full combo. This is level 3 with no items stacked up. This isn't realistic because when you get Conqueror going, it does a ton of damage. You've just picked up, how much is that free damage? About, what, like 8 AD, level 1? You want to take Longsword as your first item, and this is how much your combo is going to do. So, get on with that. That was pretty poor actually. Let's try that again. So you want to actually go in, about 375 if you just do this. And we'll be comparing this to electrocute in a moment. The actual build is going to be, let's show this before I go into another practice tool with electrocute start. The build will be Gunblade into Death Stance. Oh, you want to pick up, and you'll of course have wanted to pick up Sork Shoes. And then the next item varies by choice. You could pick up Morello's if they have Grievous Wounds. However, you're probably going to either want a Void Staff or a Hourglass. And last item, you're going to hope you've won the game by this point. Doesn't really matter too much. I mean, you could get a Death Cap, but you have a limited amount of AP for it to work with, so just buy whatever you like, to be honest, at that point. We're going to sell this. We're going to look at the 2-item spike, because after this it's going to just get into a normal cat basically. You're going to have a lot more healing, but I'll show you that in a second. Okay, this is going to be showing off what it would be like in a team fight. So this is going to be realistically, you can have your max stack. You've got a lot of AD here. The trick with this isn't to try and play Cat as like some sort of AD bruiser. Cat just has massive AD ratios, which is why this works. Look at how much damage her ult and passive pick up from AD. Actually, I'm just gonna clear that. And spawn enemy dummy. That's about 1600 damage in a normal combo. Oh, I didn't use the Gunblade. The Gunblade is even better with Conqueror, as it actually counts towards a Gunblade proc. Let's show it off one more time. Let's start off with Conqueror. Let's start with like 2 autos. Someone's flashed away from you. There you go, and you got Conqueror proccing for your entire ult to end up with about 1860 damage. And now we're going to go compare with electrocute. Right, and now this is the Death Stance comparison. A lot more damage, 2600 from the full combo. And I will now show off the coolest bit about this build. Alright, we're going to put some enemy dummies under the tower. Take a few tower shots and just show you the insane amount of healing you get here. And this is without a stacked up Ravenous Hunter, remember? So much short saving from that. That is a lot of healing. Remember that was a massively stacked up Death Stance ticking away on myself. So the healing off this build is absurd and gets... You'll have to sort of see this in a real game for it to be shown better, but you can heal to full hit points from 1 dagger proc. It's ridiculous. Okay, this is an item comparison. We're going to be showing off first the damage of Gunblade. We're going to assume fully stacked Conqueror for both of these. About 2100. I actually did 2 Gunblade procs there because of the auto refresh cooldowns, but you get the idea. Okay, now remember with electrocute, the advantage is this is instant damage. There's no stacking up of anything, but it is significantly less. Conqueror does damage for all of your ult, and it's giving you a lot of bonus adaptive stats, which is really a big deal. So yeah, this is a lot more damage in skirmishes and teamfights, but it is admittedly weaker in lane if you just want to be trading really aggressively and using electrocute procs off cooldown. But as I mentioned, cooldowns, the advantage with Conqueror is there's no cooldowns you have to play around, as in inbuilt in the rune, so you can have the full opportunity to, well, kill people whenever you want, not wait for electrocute to come back up. Hey, and what is up? I'm here with another full game video. I'm versus a Kale. Huh, I've not seen a Kale in ages. It must be because the rework has reminded people Kale actually exists. But anyway, this has always traditionally been a terrible matchup for Cat, but I have to be honest, I'm playing a game on my Smurf, as my main account is nearly master tier, and I didn't want to do an off-roll game. Wow, we have some spicy stuff in this game. A Hail of Blades Misfortune, a Lethal Tempo Exhaust Jax, so we're going to be going Gunblade into Death Stance this game to show off that build, and we've taken Conqueror. Now Conqueror does feel very good, but it's a little weaker in lane. If you're doing constant trades, as I said, I think I mentioned it in the run-up to this video, if you've watched the entire thing, but your ability to take short trades is pretty bad. It's when you start to scale into team fights that you can really pop off with Conqueror. Maybe I should have gone for a Dark Seal this game, because I'm going to get poked out by Kale a lot, which is a pain. I don't like this champion. I'm happy they're getting reworked. Her entire kit is auto-attacking, and stuff to make you auto-attack more efficiently. Like speeding up and slowing people down to keep them in range. What a terrible champion design. If If people haven't seen this mechanic before, you want to try and bounce your daggers to poke people in lane, not throw them directly, as it avoids you taking creep aggro. Especially in the really early levels, like 1 to 2, if you throw a dagger, even if the enemy does nothing in response, you'll probably just lose the trade, just because the minions fucked you up. Did I get him? Oh, really? Ah, and they have Triumph as well. That's very unfortunate. That feels bad. That's good timing on exhaust from them. I didn't expect them to be able to. They exhausted before my flash auto attack landed. And then left me slowed to die to the minions with the exhaust. I was both unfortunate as I didn't quite finish them off with the flash auto, and well played by them. That's going to make the lane a lot more painful. I'm going to have to just look to roam as soon as possible here. That's the problem with Kayle. Once Kayle gets ahead, she's a super obnoxious champion. And it's really hard to shove her in because she can clear waves so efficiently. Now I've got a chance to try and make something work down bot lane here. Unfortunately, we've got Soraka. What's up? It's the Scuttle Crab, and we've got a Soraka, which I like Soraka as a champion, but Soraka is not the best for setting up ganks. I can't all in Kayle here. I will just lose. That's a strong slow. Do I try and play it around Kayle's E cooldown? The problem is, the econ isn't very long, so the window of counterplay isn't great. If you're playing something like LeBlanc mid, you can punish Kayle super hard and just kill her here. But if you're playing Cat, it's not so easy. Okay, he's back on cooldown now by the time the next wave is ready. I basically just need to hope for ganks here. She's using a heal as a sustain, which uses up a lot of mana. Whew, lucky I didn't take that one. Excuse me? They must see Jax there. I'm just going to use this as... ooh, I have a tiny window here to kill her. Lee also saw I had a tiny window to kill her. She'll have her ult now in this wave. No point me staying too low. I am drawing aggro here, which that means our bot lane currently isn't getting punished for their super hard pushing, which is something, I guess. Good thing about Conqueror Cat is there's actually a little bit of a better matchup into Kayle than normally, because you can work better outside of your initial 0.1 second burst window of initially jumping onto them. So I screwed up here, but we're probably going to win this. Hopefully I still get to show off Conqueror and Death Stance a bit before we just smash them. That's a lot of obnoxious poke, actually. That's going to make things very hard for me to trade or kill here. As you can see, I pretty much can't. Like a few autos and I press the attack proc and I lose the trade. Can I kill Lee here? No, I'm just going to get shoved into the tower too quick. Kayle is going to be pushing a lot just because that's just how our E works, so ganking her is how you counter her. Is she maxing Q? That seems like a lot of damage. 177. That must be at least 2 points in that. Maybe it's just what she put another point into at 7. I don't think anyone maxes Q on Kayle anymore. I really gotta try and look for roams to win here. Falling in by a control ward, that's annoying. So this is probably warded up. Oh, or not. I'm losing minions every time I try to do that. I think Kayle just went base, so I've got another chance to roam here. Nope, any team went base. At least I got a good back timing, although there's not much of impact I'm going to be able to buy here. You know what, I'm just going to get the early Sork Shoes. I rarely do this because getting Gunblade is such an important spike, but I need the roaming ability and I need just early power to help me out here. Well, we're at to deny a cannon minion. Oh, come on, an ocean dragon. That's so unfair. That's exactly what Kayle needed right now. I feel so bad having to play it versus an ocean dragon like that. Oh, we can kill. I think I can kill Kayle here. No, she's not going to go for it. If she tried to get that farm, I could have killed her. Missing? Yeah, they did. Can't really complain about that. I mean, it's my fault for not keeping an eye on the dragon, because I might have been able to stop Lee doing it, although I've been shoved on the tower all the time. But having to play versus an early ocean dragon is extremely difficult. Especially in a matchup that you're getting out-sustained in the first place anyway. missing. If you can ward up your control wards here, I'm not going to get down bot lane, am I? Ocean Drag also makes roaming a lot harder because the enemies are always going to be higher on hit points. If you can keep this warded here, it means you have a free route down the gank. You at the very least know that it's going to take a little bit of a delay before they know you're roaming, as opposed to just if you walk over a ward there and they instantly know that you're missing. Irelia does have TP, so... Oh, fuck's sake, this crap here. Not that Jax is playing particularly badly, but Lee is doing quite a lot of work in preventing me doing much. Kale is probably going to have her Nash's done now, and there's no way I want to fight versus that. Yeah, Nash's is a disgustingly efficient item. Most champions just can't use its gold efficiency very well, but Kale obviously does. I'm going to just try and use this to make a play bot. I was trying to get an ignite range. That was so bad. I swear I was clicking on her. That is really tilting. All I needed was one tick of ignite to get the kill and start getting resets there. That's a bit of a tilter. But at least I am somewhat impacting the map, even though I'm going to lose my mid. I'm going to lose my mid turret from that. I'd really have liked to get the Janna kill for that to have been worth. This is just Cat's fairly brutal early game coming into show if you don't get an early kill. Before Gunblade, you're super weak, just in doing anything, unless your team is setting up for you really nicely. Which I don't just have. Not that my teammates are playing badly, I've said before, but just our team comp doesn't work around setting Cat up for much success. Like a Soraka. I think that's game. Don't know how we come back from that. KL is now really fed. They're going to be able to get a free turret with that Herald. Aurelia is 2 levels down on everyone. Really bot lane is going to be our hope here. Like, Vayne is a champion that can carry. If I had Gunblade in that last Dragon Pit fight, I would have been able to win that. Damn, that was worse than I hoped for with the turret. Well, that's unfortunate. The 0-2 Alawi just 1v2'd, so all of our team is super strong. Oh, nice. Okay, we can definitely win that. Jax has got a couple of kills, and Jax is a champion that can carry. I just need to, I'm going to be building Death Stance next. If I can get to 2 items about the game being in an unrecoverable state, I can do a lot of work here. I've just, very little I could do so far this game. Being set up for that fail level 2 really set me behind in tempo. I'm going to pick off someone here if they're going to try and get this farm. Yes, I know, I saw bot lane mid, I was looking for Kale or someone else coming for bot lane. Cool. You didn't have smite. You probably shouldn't have started the dragon, to be honest. You really need to engage that, I think. We're gonna lose soon if we don't do something. I got the Kale out. I can't go in. Oh, come on. Cool. And we didn't lose mid turret, so this is all good. Remember when Alawi passive lasted for like 50 seconds? That was fun times. I think it was literally 50 seconds on release. You had to like dance around playing a stupid minigame for like the same cooldown as most ultimates. Just because you have basic ability on you. If Kale has our Rage Blade, it's that's sort of what's going to hinge on if we can win a fight before Baron comes up at the moment. Stupid champion. Looks like now I'm out of the fight for a bit. I will get the home guards, but I think we're going to lose mid turret. It's going to be tough. They're going to get Baron quite likely now. Wait, are they trying Baron now? I think we can stop them here. obnoxious. And there's no rage blade, unfortunately. We just can't do Baron, no chance. And I need to base, we can't start a fight now. Yeah, Soraka's been pretty annoying. Not really contributing much to the game, and crying a ton. I catch that. How much until Death's Dance? Like 600 gold. Three Ocean Dragons is actually pretty irrelevant. Okay, I need like 300 more gold. Luckily the other team aren't being very proactive in efficiently ending the game, so I should be able to delay it until I get my item. I can't go for sort of 1v1 picks because Janna will always stop me. I think we can wave play pretty safely at the moment though. Got him? Why is Soraka going base? Really, I shouldn't have based here. Because Cat's Wave cleared enough, covered it enough, I guess. We're gonna get the Baron, that's all that matters. Okay, finally, I'm not ridiculously behind. I need Morellos this game. They have so much healing with Gianna and Alawi. They also have no MR on their key targets, so Morello seems like a good buy here. I think as I mentioned before, it would be a toss-up between Hourglass or Morello's, and I think Morello's is going to do more work here. Why do I have an 800 gold bounty? I swear I haven't been doing very well. I'm at least getting a game where I get to show off the full build. Well, the main core items of this build, which is nice. A couple of times when I've tried to show off new builds, it's been like 10-minute stomps. Wait, Jax has a Rage Blade? That's a terrible build. You're going to get kited and you have no one to actually kill on the front line, but okay. Trinity Starax and Titanic Hydra would have been a far superior Jax build right here, but I'm not going to bother mentioning that to him. Like, it's not going to help him by telling him he's built terribly. Nice. If I just see someone not near Kale, just gotta go for them, pick them off. We have Baron. Shut up, you chimp. Wait, why are they still not? See how much healing that is? That's pretty ridiculous. Wait, how did Jax die? Did Jax just die 1v1 to Alawi? That's, I would class as unfortunate. Do I trust them? I'm gonna have to come up. I prefer to split push and get bot turret. Wait, to kill him? Oh, okay. I'll go back down bot then. It's very nice. I'll have gold from Morello's on my next back. Hit 1,000 bounty. There was some disgusting healing on display there. I think I got almost full health back from using some abilities on MF. And it'll be a Void Staff as my next item. I hope I don't lose too much on that. Baron's not up. They may be able to get an inhib. Yeah, they're not going to do dragon. They're going to try and get our inhib. Why is this slow? Ah, that Kale slow is ridiculous. Okay, that's Janna flashing away. Wait for Vayne. I wouldn't have even tried to make that. Oh, I shouldn't have tried to make that play. They got 1,000 gold shut down there. I should have played more carefully. But at least it doesn't cost the Baron. I got control wards. Oh shit, if they just let our tower die. No, we're okay. It wasn't a super minion wave. Please don't just go in for a mountain. It's only a mountain drake. We have got fortunate in that their dragons they've got are fairly useless. Unless they get an elder, they don't really matter. Like, it would be extremely difficult to win the game right now if they had triple Inferno, or even triple Mountain, or even triple Air, to be honest. You would never be able to catch up to anyone. This is a good ward placement place, by the way. Right here. You can still see sort of into the pit, but their normal control wards won't pick it up if they just place it at the centre of the pit. Maybe I should have put it a little further. It's where you see lots of pro players placing the wards. I'd really like 16. Hopefully this minion gives it to me. Nope. Too many people leeching XP. Cat always has big power spikes around ult level ups. You get a lot of base damage. That's a really fun ability, getting half health. That was a waste of time. Useless control ward placement. I'll try and flank here. Ooh, maybe I can get lead. Let me. Okay. I'm still warded up, and there's no point trying to flank here. None of my team are buying control wards. Yeah, I guess pushing mid's probably the right call here. Oh, allow is there to stop it. Exhaust, okay. I think they can stop that. Unfortunately, Kale didn't ult. Vayne almost has ult. I don't know. Nah, actually you can't stop that. It's so hard to find I just hate playing this as Kale. It's so hard to find a point that I can go in versus that. Like, you saw when I went in, they got the exhaust, and even if I'd managed to almost pick someone off, the Kale ult would have come in on them. So hard to play around. I need to just play cleanup duty rather than full DPS for the entire team doing everyone's work. Maybe I have to pick off MF here. This is when I wish I was playing Rengar with like the Moby boots and max hunter stacks. That would be a very juicy MF to pick off. There's no way they just push up here, is there? No, they're not that stupid. Nice, that's the Kale ult down. Yeah, should probably just go for the dragon. Right, Jack's died. Yeah, you'd go a bit deep there. Kale ult's probably back up again now because it's such a stupid ability and it's probably got like a 10-second cooldown or something. Can't do anything about that. That's a 4 dragon stack elder. definitely have the possibility of winning this, but it's going to hinge mainly on Bane not getting blown up and the KO ult not being used super effectively. Cool, Bane has Infinity Edge. Oh, I thought she was going G8, that's actually better. I think I like Infinity Edge more. Okay, let's hit 4 items as well. Makes things hard. Earliest only has 2 items. I know they're expensive items, but still, come on. Jax. I mean, surely Aurelia must be almost on another item now. Yes, and Yellow Trinket has the lowest cooldown of any vision and is a legitimate choice to keep. Although perhaps 1 blue wouldn't be bad in the team, but I want my yellow. Useless Aurelia ult. I think we've lost this. I don't see any way we defend this. Nice. I can catch up with them. I'm just going to get avoid stuff. Don't know about that TP. We can't end. There's no way we can end, but we may be able to get an inhib. I probably should have gone with them here. Let's get the Baron. That was actually Deathstone's doing a lot of work there on keeping me alive. Jax, what are you doing? If you die, we can't get the Baron. Nice. Don't know I'm going to build last item here now though. Maybe a death cap, but I don't know. Oh boy, you do not want to do that. Yeah, okay. I'll take that. This was not an easy game. Okay, we're not going to end yet. I think we can probably just kill Alawi if she comes here. Might be able to end. GG, that was a difficult game. I think I've got to show off some stuff eventually with this, but a little tough. Great, thanks for watching.